that wasn't all white.
All right, y'all.
Very good argument.
What's going on?
Malcolm Nance.
Let me stop this from playing real quick.
Folks, again, you want to get his book?
I was checking out some videos by the homie Roland Martin. And as you can already imagine, everybody is still blown up and talking mad crazy about what went down in D.C. You know? And for the most part, it's just like you can imagine. A lot of black people are outraged. A lot of white people are basically getting off and not having to deal with the repercussions of their actions. And that's crazy. But, you know, what can you do as black people? What can we do? You can stay focused and go after your goals, and that's about all you can do, because the people that's in question, nobody gets to question them. So, you know, my quick update about the information I found out about what happened with the insurrection, as they call it. It's a pretty ass word for terrorism. Is that these are rumors. I don't know how factual none of this stuff is, because I'm not from that world, but I can definitely tell you what I heard. Got a little light on, let a little sunshine in. Yeah, light up the little demonstration. Yeah, but what I heard was that the lady who is married to Clarence Thomas, his wife, who's also a Bush cousin, paid for the buses to get those people down there in droves like that. Is that true? I don't know, but it's just kind of weird. Like, wait a minute, they paid for buses so they can get down to the place and riot or protest or whatever. And then, you know, there's even rumors that people was finding doodoo smeared all over the damn ground and all over the places up there. I don't know if that's factual, but it just shows you that sometimes people be in a whole nother mindset. They obviously said that nobody would bring in the police or the people to stop the shit. Like, they were supposed to call in the armies and all the National Guard. They wouldn't come. But it's supposed to be Trump people wouldn't let them go, because it's his administration. So, you know, I want to know what all of y'all think about that. And like and subscribe on this page. I appreciate you coming back to the Hood Films channel. We do a lot of stuff in the filmmaking realm, but I also talk about today's politics. It's just what I got to do. I mean, what should I do? You can also see my movies right here on this channel. It's on the main page. It's called Killer Rapper. It's a new movie. It's 52 minutes long. Created it myself, produced, directed, wrote it. It's awesome. And I want y'all to check it out. I'm grateful for y'all support on that, because it's a good movie. It's like you could almost say it's a political theory, political thriller. Because that's what I was trying to come up with this storyline, because I wanted to make it seem like this was such a global aspect in life. And this movie I wrote 13 years ago, so I was able to get it together and put it out in recent days. So I want y'all to check it out. But as far as that being something that we could uncover or figure out what went wrong as blacks, it's just not like that. And these shirts right here, you can order some of these. I got shirts available at Walmart.com. You can see that on the front page of my page too. Actually, it says it right there at Walmart.com. You can click it, take you over there, and grab a couple of products from me. This page right here, this channel, I'm building it up because I had this channel for 10 years. But not really understanding YouTube. I don't know, you might be a genius at YouTube. Excuse me. I spent a lot of time chasing other platforms like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Now you got TikTok, Clubhouse. I just was always on other things, because I'm like one of those people trying to know about everything that's coming out. Oh, look at this new thing. Oh, this thing. Okay, let me try to mess with that. But then I came to the conclusion that that's just chasing waterfalls. Let me go to where the world that I am in that video, and that's where I started doing more talking about different issues and stuff. I didn't know nothing like this was going to happen when I started to reinvigorate the page, the channel. But it is a big deal, because I got a kid up in D.C., and when I called to just check on him out the sky blue, he was saying, "Are you checking on me because of what's going on?" I'm thinking, like, what's going on? I'm not really watching the news or paying attention to it like that. And then he broke it down, and then I cut on CNN and all the internet, and it's everywhere. And I was, as a matter of fact, they were showing them storming the place when I got to the computer. So it was like something else, you know. And it's so funny too, because 20 years ago, I put a movie out called Hood Life, and that is the 20th year for that movie right now. And 20 years ago was 9/11. It literally just happened to be that way. And you know, my movie was out. It could barely get it in people's hands because everybody was scared about the world. Eventually, it picked up momentum after all that blew over. So now you got my new movie, Killer Rapper, is out. And it's just every time I keep ready to drop the movie, it's one more bang. And I was about to drop this movie early in April. And right, they killed the boy in Minnesota. The cop had his knee on his neck, and then my movie just went. Nobody was listening or paying attention, and it's literally a lot to do with what's going on in today's politics. Like, it's perfect for this, but how can you get people attention when everybody's running around with coronavirus and scared? And it was just really crazy. The distribution companies took forever to try to put it on their platform, so it just didn't work out with them. So I decided to put it out in 2020, which is right now. So I said, hey, put it on your YouTube page. That way you can do it right away. But now we got an insurrection happening. So how do you get people focused on your page and channel when you know all that crazy stuff is going on? That's what everybody got to deal with. Just like you trying to get people to come check you out. So I check you out. So hit me up in the comments and let me know your channel. I'm gonna go look you up and like something and all that stuff. You like something over here, and we just kick it like that. As far as what's going on with that little stuff over there, I talk about it because it's really crazy. Because you know, being African American, like I said on some of my other pages and on my other channel and my other videos, and I know you've been watching my videos. I want to thank y'all for checking out my last video and everything and liking it and all that stuff. Because this stuff shouldn't be happening like this. It should be whereas everybody should be heard, and if everybody should take it if you lose. I mean, you should be able to accept it. It didn't work out. Your side didn't make it, so you should be able to eat that and just be like, okay, cool. You know, move on. We do something else next time. But you know, Trump is a powerful person, and you can't tell me that if he wasn't a billionaire, he wouldn't be in jail. You cannot tell me that. Even as a president, he'd be right up there in his face and be like, you're under arrest. We holding you accountable. But he's so rich, man. That show you what money is. Money is extreme power. Whereas when you look at somebody like Bill Cosby, who had a case where he wasn't even supposed to go to jail for it because as long as he did this confession about in a deposition to one of those lawyers, as long as he just telling the truth, and he was supposed to not have to face this. But that's not what happened. He told the truth, whether it was a deposition or a grand jury situation. He told the truth to them about him using a drug on women, and then they just brought that case back out a few years later, canned him. So he is rich. Everybody know Bill Cosby rich. He's been rich more than all of us that's watching and talking on this video. He's been alive. But money didn't save him. Money couldn't save him. Donald Trump, a Caucasian man, from America, is able to have an insurrection, a riot, a white terrorism battle at the White House, and don't nobody go to jail except the people who they claim they're going to go to jail. But again, here's another rumor. They got a $35 million fund, so whoever get arrested can get bonded out. Is that true? Is that not true? I don't know. I mean, I'm not in a clique, so I do not know, but I'm assuming it is true because just like the Dylan Roofs and whoever else that do murders, mass murders like that, especially against black people, they have funds to get them out or bond them out. And even the cops who stepped on the neck of that boy got bonded out. You know what I'm saying? Or that man, boy. You know what I'm saying? But he passed on now. So, and it's just crazy. So we go through this as black people trying to figure out how to stop it, how to make ourselves not even go through this no more and just get on with our life. But it constantly be on your mind because it's like you seeing all these people get through without nothing happening to them, and it make you wonder, like, well, what makes them clear of all this shit? And I gotta keep functioning and dealing with it. You just gotta make you think, So Trump can, if Obama would have had 20,000 black dudes go run up in one of them buildings, they would have hung them in front of that building and would have said, "This is what you get, because this is America, and we stand together in solidarity." And it would have been like that. But for Trump, it's like he got 7 days left to be the president. He gonna walk away clean free, and he gonna have all the benefits of an ex-president. And because they go under the guise of we're American, and under the American guise, nothing should happen but American ideologies, and that's what we rock for. But as blacks, we 3/5 of a human still to this day. 14th Amendment, all that crap, and you cannot operate as a real American. And so it just trip you out. So I just wanted to talk to y'all about some of the stuff I've been hearing And I've been keeping up this little series here about the insurrection and what's been happening with that. I've just been kind of talking about it on a consistent level because eventually it's going to go away, and you already know what happens when this stuff go away. It go away to the contention, to the situation as far as nobody gets blamed. The white people who was involved, everything kind of calmed down, and then it happens to where it don't happen. Nobody goes down. This is a small little snippet in the paper somewhere. They take it out the main news source, and then you just kind of think of something else. They put something else up there. It's a blizzard. It's a rainfall. It's a fucking hurricane. And then you're thinking about that. You're not thinking about what happened. You might read the paper 2 months from now, and it might be like a little snippet in there saying, hey, 28 of those people arrested in the New York and the Washington, D.C. insurrection have just been released after 33 days in jail. And you're thinking like 33 days? But that's how it goes here. So we can't be shocked and confused about a lot of this stuff. That's why I got into the filmmaking thing, because a lot of the stuff that I hear about in movies, it swirled through my mind. I'm sorry, through the world and the news, it swirled through my mind. And I'm thinking to myself like, well, man, how could that have played out? How could maybe this have happened? And then I maybe want to make a story with those kind of twists and turns that I saw or heard in my mind, and come up with this scenario from some situation, because we were never there ourselves to know what happened. But then your mind started thinking, and you saying, oh man, what if this, what if that? So that's exactly one of the reasons why I do films. That's what Hood Films is all about, hoodfilms.com. I know y'all came to the page, y'all see hood movies. I got that. Like literally, I got hood movies. I've been doing hood movies for like 20 years. And then I actually went and got a master's degree in filmmaking so I could make hood movies for another 80 more years until I'm not even on the planet no more. And that's really what I did. And I'm not talking about a hood movie like everybody just talking grimy and talking shit. I mean, it's a storyline. It's what I went to school for, because I want to really understand storytelling to a high level. And so now here I am trying to break it down to y'all and hit y'all with this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for y'all checking me out over here, man, and coming to the channel. And I want y'all to like and subscribe, and I want y'all to continue to come back. I want y'all to check us out on our product. I've been doing a lot of great stuff over at hoodfilms.com. We got products all over the place now. We got products all on eBay. We got products on Amazon. We got our own store, our own page on Amazon. If you put the @ sign and you put Hood Films in Amazon, you will see my whole page up there. I got like a whole channel, if you want to, over there on Amazon. So it's a great thing. And these are things just happening for me because I came actually from the streets. I don't brag about that shit like, oh, I'm from the streets, I'm from the streets. I mean, but literally, like literally from the streets. No. Let me go back again. I'm talking about literally. Like I was actually just selling on the streets my products 2 days before Christmas. Like literally, like out there. I've been not just 2 days before Christmas, 5 years all the way up until 2 days before Christmas. The only time it actually slowed down is when the coronavirus kicked in and when it get deep winter in Chicago, which is like right now in February. It get deep winter where it's like you can't really be out there. Maybe if you do, it's like 1 day or 2 days because it's extreme cold. And then down there is extreme cold. So, but you will still make money because tourists come from all over the country, all over the world, in warm climate places. So when you thinking like, oh my God, it's -9 outside. Oof, I ain't jumping in that. It's times when I did go out there and hustle and you made good money because people, you like, what are you doing in Chicago? I'm from the Cancun. Like, what the hell would you come to Chicago from the Cancun? Like, I'm tired of the heat. Like, all you see is beaches and sand. Like, I want to see something different. Like, we don't have tall buildings where we from. You sitting there like, what the is this real? But it is real because for them it's something new. And for you it's like, I guess I'm just going to freeze my ass off living in this town. But we got new movements coming. We're going to be going out on the road, taking Hood Films on the road, doing projects and productions in different avenues and meeting new people and all that. In my own personal life, my youngest kid just moved out. So he's out in college now, which I'm grateful to God that I was able to be in his life on a daily basis as a dad, because I want to see that. I want to be a dad and give him my information and teach him how to be a man. Eventually he got to the point with a rebellion of a teenager and it's like, yeah, Dad, get away, I don't want to hear that no more. But you know, obviously he was going through the coronavirus situation where they didn't give them a prom, they didn't give them graduation, they didn't have no parties all summer, and then when college was supposed to start, where he was just kind of like getting ready for that his entire life, they couldn't go because of coronavirus, so the kid was just going around here in a mad zombie mode. So we ended up buying him a couple of cars. Each car we bought him, he crashed them. Well, he didn't crash, somebody crashed into him. So it was like he just was really down and out and feeling like, what the hell is happening? So for him to get a chance to go off and have his own little life, I'm happy. But that allowed me now to get back to my life, which was always filmmaking, making movies. I got a new book. It's called How to Make a Hood Movie. And I want you to go on Amazon right there and put that in there, How to Make a Hood Movie, and download that. That's an ebook. It's a physical book. You can get it. You can learn the history of hood movies. You can learn how hood movies got started. You can learn how you can make one yourself and talk about the stories in your neighborhood. You can talk about how it's not more expensive to make films today. And you can get out there and tell a story, because that's really what it's all about. Even with your cell phone, you can tell a story today. You know what I'm saying? So all that insurrection crap, man, it's the news. It's what's going on right now. So I'm talking about it because it's important, and I hate that it happened. I hate that it's like kind of like a division in America. And more importantly, or even moreover, it's going to wonder what's going to happen in the next few days. Are these people gearing back up for another riot? Are they going to let Trump, is he going to let that guy Biden be the president? Because, you know, the other Bush guy, he didn't let the other guy get in there. What's the guy he was going up against? Gore. He didn't let Gore get in. Gore had won all of that stuff that they keep talking about, the popular vote and all this stuff. But by the time it got to him actually walking across that stage, dude walked back up in there and was like, I'm going to be the president again. And it was nothing old boy could do. And we all kind of looked at that like he hijacked the election. So it's almost like, is that what's happening right here? Is Trump going to try to hijack this election? Is that what they were trying to set up a statement to say? Because in a black culture, every time you turn on the Roland Martins or whoever in the world, they're all shocked and blown back. Like, what the fuck did they not arrest him for? Why ain't they, wasn't no shootout? Why did nobody die? Were they supposed to kill half them people? Because if that was blacks, if that was blacks, if that was blacks, if that was blacks. And they're not lying. But I just don't believe that they do that to each other. I don't believe that they have that kind of vitriol to each other, you know, as whites. I don't believe they got that. I don't think they don't have it like that. Or maybe they had it at one point, but there's so many ways to have other enemies that they don't exact that towards each other. So it's like, as a white person, I don't have to go and try to kill another white person because, well, technically I'm okay. I'm not like, we're not fighting for food. We're not fighting for turf. I might be fighting them because we got drunk. We're fighting over some money, but we're not fighting for survival. You know what I'm saying? So with other cultures, it's almost like we're all fighting to get to the top. So it's like, to take out the white person means you would replace them. So they feel like, hey, go get as many guns as we can, some atomic bombs and all that shit in case anybody try it. But when you talk about their own culture, other white folks, well, they know each other. It's like, well, shit, I'm not scared of you, Tom. I'm not afraid of you, Bob. And then it could be a little tug of war, and they'd be like, you know what, let's not even go there, because we got enough motherfuckers that we got to take care of and keep in place. And so they keep a lot of the tumultuousness that could be another war or another problem. They keep it down, they keep it low. But when you get somebody like Trump who's like, hey, I can garner about 50,000 people, I can pay for about 100,000 people to show up anywhere for me, that's almost like a baby army. So he tried to leave a message like, if y'all fucking play with me, I can come in here and we could take over one of these buildings, and y'all own that building and we'll own this building. So because they're all white, you know, it's all white people. So it's like, I don't think that there's a way to stop their positioning, because together as a big crew of people, it's hard to stop that, because we don't have power in America. We can't go tell this one, hey, you need to relax, man, and just let them get it. We can't go tell this one, hey, the way they've been doing it ain't been bad. Why don't y'all just chill? We can't do that. As black people, we literally, hands are nothing. We have no power in this tug of war. We all sitting back like, we've been here just as long, but this is not a group conversation. This is not a, they'll make it seem like that this whole thing is because of black people. Like, hey man, y'all was voting and y'all was doing this, and that's why we up in this because we can't lose our power. So it's like, I don't even be knowing who the hell to trust with the information, because it's like it's coming from so many different directions. And seeing who ain't going to prison or who supposedly is going to jail for these things, and you got the people who getting kicked off flights and all this shit, and they, oh my God, is that tragic because you got kicked off a fucking flight after trying to run up in a motherfucking U.S. Capitol building, who we've all been trained to respect? What the hell are you talking about? You got kicked off a damn flight, but you supposed to be sitting in the motherfucking, like they did them Al-Qaeda people, sitting somewhere in Guantanamo some fucking well. And then we figure out what reason y'all did this shit in 4 years from now. But it's not like that. You know, so around the holiday season, in my opinion, they all got around each other and said, had those blowdowns, the white people who was involved, the ones who didn't like this happening, the ones who did, and they got around each other. Because think about it, they know each other. They know who is the person in their culture that's against the shit that they into. So we can't look at a white person and say, you're an insurrectionist. You're a person that's down for Biden and the kind of stuff that I believe in. We can't look at white people and determine that. They all the same nuts. They all just look white. So if we would have been up there on that Capitol, you would have never been able to tell which white person was against who unless they got the clothes and the shirt and the pants to prove it. Otherwise, you walk right into a fucking crew of people who can stump the shit out of you because you have no idea. So they have to showcase that shit. With black people, they can look right at us and know that we black. Okay, that's one right there. But us, we don't know which one of them is a person that's a Trumper or is a person that's down with the Bidens, a person. We don't fucking know. What you gonna look at them and say, look at their shoes. There's them kids or them Vans. Okay, yeah, that's a white person that's down with Biden. You wouldn't fucking be able to know. You couldn't look at them people and tell as a black person. So we kind of like gotta wait and see who at the end, who wins at the end, who is the guy who steps at the top and say, God damn it, I won this shit. Right now, it looks like it's gonna be Biden and Trump is on the way out, but that's again the looming thing. Is it going to be a war in a few days? Is it going to be a battle? Is all this news and all this FBI shit going to piss those white people off and they're going to be like, you know what, fuck this. I'm finna go crash this bitch again, y'all, let's go. Because I'm going to tell you something. If it's another insurrectionist situation, you can forget about there being a fucking football game, a basketball game, any more of this. I told my wife a long time ago, I told Dina this, man. I said, this is going to be a fucking war. And they setting up this coronavirus because somebody already said that they were going to start a war. So if everybody's all together at once, then people have to make that decision standing in front of each other's face. No, because that's why they didn't send the army there. Because then the army would have got down there and would have saw people he knew or would have just got out there and got that feeling in the system and would have been like, you know what? Man, fuck this shit, man. And I'm going to take my M16 and I'm with y'all. And it's like, hey, Sergeant Tom, what the fuck are you doing? Get your ass back over here. No, hell no, man. So they don't know who is going to, that's why again, hey, coronavirus, everybody stay separated. Don't nobody come around each other because people, they don't know who the fuck is down and who's not down because they all are white. They probably do know because they can be around each other in the holiday season and family members and talk about it, but we definitely don't know. You cannot tell me you could go downtown and look at some Caucasians and say all of those people are Democrats, all of those are Republicans. You cannot do that. If they don't tell you and let that shit be known or wear some clothes that identify themselves, you would not know. So that right there let you know, as blacks, we just sitting around waiting on which one to choose. Okay, who won? I ain't down with him. Oh, who won? Him? Okay, cool. I fucks with him. So that's all we know as blacks. So I talk about this stuff because I know that it's a big thing in America right now. It's the number one thing, the number one topic in America, and I want to get my 2 cents in on it every single time something go down because that's what this channel is all about me telling my points and spitting that shit to the world because I know I got a good conversation and I know I got a great intellect and I want to be able to talk to y'all about the stuff that goes through my mind. Some of the stuff I use in comedy. Like I got a post I put up yesterday where I did the same conversation, but I did it in comedy. Like fierce racial comedy, and I did it how I feel. I didn't care who heard it, but normally I don't put those things up, but I put it out there at this time because I wanted y'all to hear it, and it's funny, and I hope you like it. So check it out. It's one of my other videos. I think it's called The Drive Part 2. The second thing I got is my movie, and it's called Kill a Rapper, and y'all better go see it because it's a great movie. It's about a reporter investigating the death of a rapper, but the information that he uncovered now has his life on the line. And this movie is an awesome movie. It's a great movie. I did great directing on it, great acting in it. I had a great team of people help me put it together. It's a super good movie. It's right here on this station. Check it out when you get a minute. And I appreciate y'all. So I'm going to let y'all get back to y'all day. Like, subscribe, share, holler at me, hit the bell button so when I do another one of these videos, you can get notified of it. And let me know if you got some subject matters you want me to talk about or what kind of information you want to learn about filmmaking. I got like books stacked up over here of all kind of information on books. These are 2 of my favorite books right here. So it's Nerd Gang. Nerd Gang. These one of my favorite books though. That's Michael Rabiger, man. dude talk that crap about that filming and that directing. But I want to talk about different segments of that I learned about. But I want to know what you want to know. You want to know about screenwriting. You want to know about just physical production. You want to know about the writing of the setting up of the breaking down of the scripts. You want to know about lighting, cameras. You want to know about the emotionality that has to go into directing. You want to know about how to survive as a filmmaker with no money and nothing, and then one day have a studio, one day have your products on Instagram and Walmart. Just the growth of an artist. So I want to talk to you about those things, and hopefully we can have some fun with it and just continue to do stuff and shoot stuff and just vlog and all that, man. Appreciate y'all for coming back and hollering at your boy Hood Films channel. Holla.